Hi there, welcome back to another PSDK tutorial. In this episode we're going to be going over how to do wild encounters and static encounters and just kind of teaching you guys how to set the new zones for them, because you have to do that all in RubyHost. So it's a lot different compared to Essentials, like pretty much every other thing when it comes to PSDK. So the first thing is in the database. I think in Pokemon Essentials you would do the terrain tag and make it 2 or something. I don't remember, it's been so long since I've used Essentials, but in PSDK we don't do that at all. So as you can see, I did change up the map just a little bit to make it to where I can't see into the void, and to make it a little bit more appealing to my own eyes at least. So what we're going to need to do is go into RubyHost, first things first, and we're going to have to make a new zone for this area. So we're going to go all the way down. Last one we did was the test map inside and the test map, and if you guys remember how to do this, then this is going to be very simple. But we're going to need to make a new one, which just is 11, I guess. There's nothing there. We're going to go to edit name, and we're going to go to text ID 11. So as you see, it's blank, and we'll just do route 1 so we know what it is. Hit save. Oops, meant to close this and then go in here and do there. There we go. Now we see it's there. It may not be here, but it is here, so we know it's there. And then we're gonna go here and check the map ID for the map that we want to have the encounters. And as we see, it's 16. So we are going to make this map ID 16 and hit save. Now we are gonna want to set a panel ID as usual. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see which ones we have available. So we're gonna go into the window skins and look at them. So I personally think either panel 1 or panel 5 maybe could work, but I think we'll go with panel 1. So we're just gonna put in a 1 here and hit save, and then maybe just double check if you want to make sure that your zone is there and that it looks correct, which it should. And we're gonna go in game to also make sure that it's showing correctly, which we'll know by when we get to the route that it will actually say route 1. So let's head over there right now. When I get by this sign, it should say route 1. Okay, I don't know why it's not saying route 1. I think it's because we have to restart the Alright, I figured out what the issue was. I forgot that in a recent update, things changed on how the program reads text. And so I had to convert all of it into a CSV. So if you're in the workshop, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just need to scroll up to this message right here about alpha 24.31 in the new release info, and copy this right here and go into here and go to command, similar to how when we were translating the game, and you would want to paste this in here, in which once this message is done right here where it's time to boot and everything, and it allows you to type in more information, you want to go in here and copy that and then paste that in there, which then it will ask you which languages you want to include. We're doing English, so we're just going to type EN, press enter, and there we go. Now it will read it properly. I forgot to do it with this project. I've done it on my main project, the one that I'm working on, which, by the way, if you haven't heard of it, it's called Pokemon Umbra. You could look it up on Twitter, whatever you want. But now it says test map, and before it was saying Vanville pathway, and I don't know how I didn't notice that. We're going to hold control again to go over there, and there we go. Now it says route 1. I knew that it was doing something right, but there had to be something that I was missing, and apparently that's what it was. Now, you might notice when we walk in the grass, obviously we're not getting any encounters like I said earlier. I'm going to have to show you how to do that. So it also doesn't cover us, which that is kind of weird, right? I'll show you how to fix that as well. So we're just going to save the project real quickly and then close it and go back into our RubyHost. So like I said, like what we did with the zones was perfectly fine. We did it right. It's just that I forgot to do the CSV thing where we had to translate it or convert it. So now now that we've defined the zone for it, we need to go into the wild groups, which this can be a little bit finicky at times. So we just want to go into our test map inside, and then route 1. Go to whichever zone you want to edit, but route 1 is the one that we're working on. Now here is where you can change the information. So as it says right here is tall grass. If we change this to a cave, for example, and we do new group, it'll add the cave up there. So we don't really actually need that, so we're going to remove that. what we're working with is the tall grass right here. So what we need is to we need to be on the right zone, and then down here we want to add our Pokemon. So let's say for instance we want Nidoran, right? So we're going to type that in, and then we're going to go to the one that we want, which is Nidoran female, and we're going to press add, which will then add it to this list. Let's say I guess we want Bulbasaur too. So we can mess with the level. Kind of weird though is that if you change something here, you do need to click somewhere else for it to actually register. So now it says level 3. So for instance, if I said 1 and then I click on Nidoran and back to Bulbasaur, okay, it worked. It doesn't always work. I just want to put that out there. It doesn't always work. Sometimes you need to click off it. Maybe it's with the rate. If I change the rate, no, okay, I don't know. I don't know what it has to be, but sometimes it's just good to click on other things when you're done messing with something. So we'll make Bulbasaur 15, Nidoran 20. We'll add a Rattata, I guess. And we will change that one to make all of them level 3, I guess, you know, just to make it nice and easy. Let's see, one of these, they all changed. Okay, nope. See, Nidoran and Bulbasaur for some reason didn't change. And I believe if I did this and then clicked here and then did this and then clicked here, then they would update or not. I don't know. I don't know why it's kind of finicky. So make sure that you always go back and double check. Hitting save doesn't always work, but it is a good idea to hit save as well. So there you go. That's how we add new Pokemon here. So let's say this is 40, 55. So let's add a Drowsy. I don't know. We're just adding random Pokemon. It doesn't have to make sense. And we'll make this one, what we said that was 55. So we'll make this one 5 and make it a level 3. And then we're going to hit save and then hit somewhere else so it updates. So now we have what, 60, and then I guess we can make a 40 encounter Pidgey or something just to save time. So we'll make Pidgey 40 and make it level 3. Now you might be noticing some things like here, the level noise. The level noise is very weird and I don't fully understand it 100%, but I do know what it does. So what it does is basically it goes around these levels. So since it's level 3, it should be around 4 to 6 or 4 to 5. It's really weird. I think I would personally prefer if we were able to just set the minimum and the maximum level, but I'll have to talk with Yuri to figure out if that's even going to be possible. I think that would be a lot more easy to understand for people, and you would understand more on which levels it's going to pick, because at the moment at least for me, it's very hard to understand which levels are going to appear in the wild. So that's just my 2 cents. Now, like I said, if this is going to be currently Pokemon at all times, but if we wanted them to be specifically at night, we'd have to do a new group, right? But then, oh wait, no. Yeah, we'll do a new group with a switch ID of 12, I believe. Let me double check on that one. So we're going to go in here and see 12 means it's nighttime. So if you want 2 separate Pokemon, you can do one on 12 and then one without any time. So since we're doing one at night, we're just going to do 12. And then we might have to, yeah, I think we need to click on a new group. No, we don't. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So this right here means that now if switch 12 is on, which means if it's at night, we will now be getting these encounters instead of the ones that have no switch on them. So let's say like we want like a Murkrow, right? Instead of like Pidgeys. And we'll change them to be, Murkrow will be the 40% level 3 Pokemon. And then let's say what else comes out at night. We can do, I don't know, Poochyena, right? And then we'll do that one for a level 3, and we'll make that one 40% as well, just because I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of these. And then there we have 80, and then we'll do a, I don't know, Caterpie. I don't know why Caterpie is coming out at night, but it is. And there we go, there's 100%. So since it's nighttime currently for me, or maybe it's not nighttime technically in game, but it is 6 p.m. So maybe we'll be getting these encounters instead of these ones, we'll see. And one last thing is, now that we've set the zones, if we walk in the grass, it's still not going to do anything because we haven't defined what is considered grass in the editor yet. So I'm just going to show that off real quickly, that walking in the grass still won't give us any encounters because it doesn't really know that this right here, what we're walking on, is actually grass. So what we need to do now is actually close Ruby Host, and we're going to save and then close PSDK as well. And go back into here and go into our launcher in English because that's what we speak, or at least that's what I speak. And we go to system tags, and this is where you actually do the editor. Now it's super self-explanatory. I prefer this editor a lot more than the in-game one for instance, essentials. You just need to do grass. Put grass on where you want it to give you encounters. It's that simple. Caves will also give you the cave encounters, but I don't have any cave floors on here. If we do sand, interestingly enough, this will give us the little tile thing where it looks like you're walking in sand, which I will put down just to show off. But you can mess around with these. These will go over again. I think I already have, but if not, we're going to go over these again in a future video. For now, I do want to also include these. So this makes it read as stairs, which means that I'm going to walk up them a little bit slower. I think it's a really cool feature and it looks really nice. So now that we've edited those, we hit the save button. I'm going to do it again just to make sure that you guys saw that right here. Click on that. Then you just close the launcher, and then we open back up RPG Maker. Open up our project, and now we are going to be... Oh wait, I did say I wanted to show off the sand. So we'll just put this here. Whoops. We'll put this there. So just so you guys can see how it looks when you walk on the sand. And now we should be covered by grass. We should get grass encounters, and we should go up the stairs kind of slowly, but it looks really nice. And if we walk in the sand, it gives us the little footprints. So I think that's a really cool thing. And then when we walk in the grass, you see now you hear the grass noise, and you see when we walk into it, it does like this little effect. So you know that you're going to be getting some encounters. Now you can actually change the encounter rate, which I'll show you. That only took a while because this is the first time that I've loaded the animation. I haven't been in a Pokemon battle before, but as you see, it's 6 p.m., which means in-game it is nighttime, so we got the Murkrow. Now, I could change my in-game time, or my computer time to be daytime to show that we would get different encounters, but there are some other things that I would like to show you first. So, we know for sure that it is working, and I just want to make sure that the battle's not going to take as long in the next one. I know for me on my project, it personally doesn't take that long. So yeah, you see that time it didn't, we went right into the battle. So we're just going to run a higher level, so we should be fine. And then we're going to save here. And we're going to close this. And if you want to change how often you get an encounter, you actually do that in the map properties. So right here, steps average means that it's going to take about 30 steps to get an encounter. If I change that to 1, we'll get an encounter, I think, almost every single step, if not every other step. So let's just double check to see that I'm, you know, speaking the truth and not lying to you guys. There's an encounter in our first step, and I think there will be one in our next step as well. Let's see. Yeah, so that's how you change that. It's just kind of an average. So if you change it to a higher, it's going to mean that basically you get less encounters. You basically have to walk a lot more to get an encounter. Let's just change this to 10. I mean, it's a really small area, so actually we'll do 5. And now we're going to save. And what was it that I said I was going to show you? Oh, the herb, the animation thing. So you actually get covered. So we're going to launch our, or we're going to open up our folder and look, just search for herb. That's how you're going to find it. And right here, I think this is the one. So we're going to open file location. So just so you guys know, it's in your graphics and particles folder. I just prefer to search like that. It's a lot easier. Now this is the animation that we get when we walk into grass. Now I did edit it for my game, the Pokemon Umbra project. So let me just go into there. I have a lot of folders there, I know. I actually also gave mine 2 separate ones. So we have herb and herb B based on where you stand. I'm only going to show you how to do herb. If you want more information on this, then you can just join the Discord, the Pokemon Workshop, or my Discord. Either way will work. We're just going to copy this, and we are going to go back into our PSDK tutorial, go into our graphics, pictures, nope, not pictures, particles. Where are they at? Right here. We're going to open up herb. I use paint.net. You can use whatever program you like as long as it can save as PNGs. and we are going to paste our graphic in there. So just so you guys know, it reads it as a 16 by 16 square, so each one of these is a different frame, just so you guys know when you make your own custom ones. And then we are going to hit save, so it saves it. We're going to open up our project, and now we're going to be covered by the grass no matter what. So when we're just standing in the grass, we'll be covered, and when we walk, we'll also be covered. So let's open up Route 1, go in here, and as you see, we are covered when we walk. At least when we walk left and right, and when we're standing still, we're covered. So that's how you edit that. I think we've gone over everything that we could about encounters. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to go over static encounters, which very easy to do. We're going to use a reference over here from right here. This is the static encounter right here. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to go into our test map 2, and we're going to paste it right here. Now, obviously, the overworld sprite is just whatever you want it to be. For this example, they used a Parasect because that's what you're going to be battling. So this right here calls the 47th Pokemon's cry, which Parasect. This will say something about Parasect, I believe. And this is another message. These obviously can be customized. It does not matter. The only really important ones are this one, and if you want it to sound like it cries before the battle, then you want this one as well. You can change this to be whatever number you like. It just has to be the Pokemon that you want it to be, which if you for some reason don't know which is which, you can just launch the Ruby host and go into the Pokemon folder, or into the Pokemon editor, and right here is the number that you need. So if we go to Parasect, you see it's 47, so that's why we are getting a Parasect cry. So if I remember correctly, this is its ID, this is its level. I don't actually remember what all of these numbers are. Bad tutorial maker, I know. But you can just mess around with them. We'll see. I think the 15 is going to be the level, or 24. I don't know what the 46... It's hard to tell from just looking at it actually what those numbers would do. But maybe it gives it different moves. It could be its moves as well. Here, I think it tells you right here. So by using this, it's ID, level, and then others. So I guess it doesn't tell you exactly. But you don't need the others. So if you want Parasect and Paris at level 24 and 15, okay. So what it does is this gives you Parasect right here, the 47, that's its ID. It's going to be level 24. And then if you want 46, that's going to give you a Paris. It will be level 15. See, this is why you use use references from the actual kit, because it will tell you exactly what it does. So it's a good thing that we didn't delete those messages. Now, as you see that we have the sand under us. Ooh, okay. I haven't done a double battle actually. So as you see, the sand under us in the background has changed compared to when we were doing the grass battles. That's because we are standing on sand. Pretty self-explanatory. Now, if we want to, I guess I could show you how to customize the graphics. It's pretty simple. We're just going to go into our graphics folder and go to the battle backs. You just edit these. Obviously, back grass is the one that you get when you're in the grass, and the back tall grass is maybe what you want to mess with actually. It's these. Urban will give you the urban ones. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just edit these. These are obviously the battle bases, and then these are the battle backgrounds. These will all change based on which terrain you're on. So since we were on the sand, we got a sand one. If we were in the grass, we'd get a grass one. Future BJ here. Just realized that the game by default doesn't have the real-time system enabled in the intro. So you're going to have to do that yourself. And then it'll actually read whether it's day or night. I don't know why. Or maybe it's just my game. I don't know. But it wasn't in the intro, so I had to do it myself. And now it's daytime. I did change it to be 7:30 in the morning on my computer, so it reads as daytime, just to show that we will get different encounters. So as you see now, we have a Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur wasn't listed as one of our nighttime encounters, so I just wanted to show that it was working properly because I forgot to do it in the video. hopefully this helped you guys, and if it did, make sure to smash a like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Don't forget to join the PSDK workshop, or I guess it's not a PSDK workshop, it's just the workshop Discord, which is another forum community. All linked in the description. If you ever need help, just feel free to join and ask, and there's so many nice people there that will help you. Don't know when my next video will be on the tutorial series, but hopefully it won't be too long, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.